and you pass the tipping point. Do you expect Donovan McNabb back in Philadelphia next year?
It depends on, number one, if he's healthy and what kind of season he has. I mean, because first of all, if they're booing him in the first quarter, they've turned. He has earned, like you said, he's earned the right to get more respect than that. But if they've turned on him in the first quarter, it's already turned.
When did you know? When did you say, I've got to get out now?
Well, 2 years before I got out. That's the mistake I made in my career. I should have got out 2 years sooner. That's the mistake I made. I got traded 2 years later, but I should have demanded a trade 2 years sooner.
You know, what did you ask from management to keep you?
I didn't want anything. I just wanted some help. I told them, you know, Shaquille was coming out in the draft, and I said, I want Shaq. And they got me Charles Shackelford.
Wrong Shaq.
Wrong one. It didn't work out.
Were you specific about which Shaq you
I just said I want Shaq.
All right, Bill Carolla now has the review done. Let's see if, in fact, it will remain with the Eagles. This is a Philadelphia challenge of the ruling on the field that it was a fumble.
After reviewing the play, it's been determined the receiver caught the ball, possessed it, and was down by contact for a first down. Philadelphia is not charged with a timeout. The play is reversed. First down.
So the Eagles do have one more challenge. Unless that one is successful, then they would buy themselves a third challenge.
I don't understand why people complain about instant replay.
Who complains?
No, but I'm saying, I think instant replay is one of the greatest things ever happened to sports, because referees are human. Most of them are fantastic, but sometimes they miss a play. And that, not just because I'm pulling for the Eagles, they deserve to get the game right.
Just say, Carollo said it was recovered for a first down. That's incorrect. It should be 3rd and 4 at the 19-yard line, in which you see on the screen there. So he said first down. That was wrong. They're going to get that straightened out as well.
And the big
Well, double check the down by contact.
Just to check the spot of where it happened.
I'm glad you guys are addressing the Donovan McNabb, and I also always want to factor in Andy Reid, because I don't think those guys get the credit they deserve for what they've done. The Eagles have been a legit contender for the last 5 or 6 years. And if you play sports 100 years, that's really only 5 or 6 years where you're going to have a legit chance to win. And what they've done here has been fantastic.
Well, one of the problems for this team has been, you want to say the supporting cast, and that's too critical because Westbrook is good.
Determined. It's the 19-yard line, 3rd down.
And 4. It's the running back with Westbrook has improved. The defense has always had good plays. It's been the wide receivers that it may have been the thing that has held this team back. The 1 year that they had T.O.,
they made it to the Super Bowl.
They got to the Super Bowl. Owens was gone for the end because of the injury, but came back in the Super Bowl.
But why does the star get all the blame? That's the one problem I have with sports. Whether you're Kevin Garnett or somebody like that, why do you get the blame when you're a great player?
After that long wait, here is the 3rd and 4. McNabb looking for something open. Nobody's open, and he'll go down and get sacked back at the 11-yard line. Rocky McIntosh, the second-year man out of Miami, who's making a name for himself with his play the last couple of weeks.
Once again, the Redskins secondary in press, man-to-man coverage, jam bumping around the line of scrimmage. Receivers not winning. Donovan looking right, looking left. Nothing open. Nowhere to go with the football. Check the receivers out. Where's the window? Oh, you might have a little window to squeeze that one in. By that time, Donovan was running out of the pocket. Not a good enough job by the wide receivers to win quick.
David Macklin was also back there on coverage. The Rocca kick caught by Randall at the 42. Got a nice block to get to midfield, and he's spilled there. Matt McCoy, a backup linebacker, made the tackle. Other big news around the NFL this week, including the Bill Belichick videotape issue with the Patriots. We'll ask Charles about that when we come back.
Via timeout. What NFL player holds the career record for touchdowns scored? Stay tuned. The answer is coming up.
Mets and Yankee fans are like oil and water. Cubs and White Sox fans at the same dinner table? Bad idea. Despite their differences, fans do have one thing in common. Their heroes all wear Majestic Athletic, the official uniform supplier for all 30 Major League Baseball teams. Available now all over Europe at NASN.com.
What do I control? I don't control the bumps and the bruises, the crowd, or who covers me. I don't control the bounces, the shootout order, or for that matter, what happens outside the rink. There are a lot of things in life I don't control. But then again, there are some things that I do.
Welcome back to NASN Trivia Timeout. Now, the answer. Wide receiver Jerry Rice holds the NFL record with 208 career touchdowns, the majority coming as a member of the San Francisco 49ers.
This was the end of the Patriots' demolition of the Chargers. All the the key players around the Patriots going over for more than a nice game coach handshake and welcome for Bill Belichick afterwards, and fans giving him a cheer on the way out in New England as the Patriots were dominant against the Chargers. Of course, Belichick in the center of that swarm regarding the videotaping of signals controversy that was discussed everywhere this past weekend. For the 49, Jason Campbell and Washington take over. Portis into the secondary to the 34-yard line. And the Redskins a bit on the ropes, or the Eagles on the ropes a bit. Gain of 15. Let's take a look at this play.
You'll see the block once again. Mike Sellers leading up inside. Nice hole for Clinton Portis. That downhill running game north and south starting to wear down the Eagles defense.
Shaquille Spikes chasing it down. Brian Dawkins waiting. Portis again into the waiting arms of Spikes and Sean Considine. You know, guys, in watching that Belichick thing last night, you can say a lot about what happened and how wrong it was. It did impress me, and Tom Brady's comments afterwards on the field after the game, how I play for the best coach in the NFL. The players really showed, and they didn't have to, how much they rallied around Bill Belichick in a very difficult week.
In 49 other states, well, maybe Bill Belichick is seen as arrogant and aloof and having cheated. But in that state, in Massachusetts, he's seen as heroic for winning 3 Super Bowls, and his players love him.
2nd and 3, Santana Moss, little hitch, got across the line. First down, Joselio Hansen brings him down at the 21.
Well, I'm kind of biased because Bill Belichick is a friend of mine. And I'd actually like to ask Jaws, because in basketball, we know everybody's plays. You know, like we work on it the day before the game and the other game, like we have a scout team run their plays. So, like, I have to ask somebody who's an expert, and I look at Ron as an expert, how would, first of all, obviously he did something wrong. And like I say, Bill is my friend, so I don't have an opinion. But he obviously did something wrong to get fined and lose a draft pick. But, Jaws, why don't you explain to people at home why that would be an advantage?
Portis might throw here.
Touchdown.
No, it wasn't open. He pulls it down and goes down at the 15, gain of 7 yards. He's stretching it out as though to throw.
Well, Charles, first of all, not everyone steals signals, but a lot of teams do. And what you can do is gain an advantage by understanding what the defense is doing by stealing their signal. I will guarantee you this. Every quarterback in this league will complete 75% of his passes if he knows what the defense alignment will be. That's the key. If he can get the signal of what the defense is doing, the quarterback will be very sharp. And I'll give you a real-life example. 1975, I'm with the Rams. We had some of their signals. Because I had their signal, James Harris, our backup quarterback, told me what the defense is going to be. I had a 66-yard touchdown pass to Harold Jackson. In a playoff game, it only takes one opportunity to take advantage of.
Speak and we shall
check this out.
Jaws, you were born in
don't start.
1975.
Before this play, James Harris got the signal. He had a red towel in his hand. If the safety was going to vacate center field, he threw the red flag down. As I broke the huddle, I saw Shaq throw the towel down. I knew I had the middle open. I knew I had a touchdown with Harold Jackson.
So what did you think of the penalty?
I don't like the fact that they videotaped, and I think that was all. I hate to say all, because a lot of teams go strictly by the rule, but they scout. They watch the signals being given. You know, a lot of people do that.
The timeout here taken by Washington, by the way.
Because it's interesting to me because, like I say, the day of a game and the day before the game, we have a scout team that runs through all the other team plays. We know all their calls. So, like, I'm never shocked.
Chuck, forget that. San Antonio. How many times have we seen San Antonio? Greg Popovich goes like this, 4 down. What does that mean? Get Tim Duncan the ball in the box. It's blatant.
But that's
People
why.
pick it up.
But that's why I'm asking
technology
Jaws
to do it.
That's
I mean,
the
there's
thing.
a
That's the
difference.
difference.
You're picking up their plays because you play against them for so long. There's only a limited amount of plays they have.
Through film
This
study.
is like an eye in the sky. This is technology.
Did you think the penalty fit the crime?
I think I'm in the minority. I think a first-round draft choice is an enormous hit.
I agree with you there, Tony.
It's an enormous hit.
It's a huge penalty for a football team to lose your #1 pick.
Here's a huge play. Philadelphia trailing by 4. Redskins have 3rd and a couple, and a flag is down, killing this play. This play will not count with a pre-snap foul. So even though it was a big play by Spikes in the defense, it's going to be backed up 5.
You know, I watch and listen.
Prior to a snap, ball start, 87. Offense, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
5th procedure penalty on the Redskins.
I watch and listen to you guys. I watch on Sunday because I want to know. I need to know from somebody who actually knows. And Jaws, obviously, in that situation, what type of advantage that is. 'Cause like I say, in baseball, we steal signs, obviously. In basketball, we know all the other teams' plays going into the game. But only somebody who's actually, a quarterback especially, would know what type of advantage that was.
Stand by for Jaws, 3rd and 7 from the 19. That's Cooley in motion, so dangerous down here. Campbell looks his way and then throws it incomplete as Philly was on the spot for that coverage. Field goal attempt coming to take a 7-point lead.
It is a huge advantage. Like I said, if you know what the defensive alignment will be.
Do other teams do it?
I will not say everyone. I will say the majority of teams attempt to steal your signals, and they're very, very good at it. Now, it's now incumbent on the defensive coordinators sending those signals in to change it up, use different people to send the signals in so they can't steal your signals.
Sean Sweezum, 37-yard field goal attempt, good from 35 earlier tonight. 7-point Washington lead, 13-6. Charles will hang with us for a couple more minutes. Philly gets the ball back. We'll see if their offense can get going.
I'll trade you a Red Sox home jersey and a Rangers t-shirt for that Pirates jacket.
No way. I want that Cardinals hoodie and that Braves away uniform and an item to be named later.
You drive a hard bargain.
Majestic Athletic, the official uniform supplier for all 30 Major League Baseball teams. Available now all over Europe at NASN.com.
Atlanta, Fulton County Stadium. 21-year-old Barry Bond.
Deep to right field. This one is on its way to McCovey Cove. Number 500. It's into the water. Bonds hits one. Number 73.
Bonds drives one. 7-14, and he is now tied with the Babe.
Swinging a high fly ball left field. There's number 755. Bassett's 3-2 again. There's a swing and a hot fly ball right center field. Is gone. Number 756. Barry Bonds stands alone.
Watch history in the making on NASN.
Philadelphia this quarter, 7 net yards, 0 first downs. Yet they are within 7, 13-6. 5:47 left in the third. Charles Barkley joining us here in the booth. Susie Michelle down on the field. Mike Jaws and Tony with you here on Monday, number 2 of the season. So Monte Rager is there to get it on the bounce, and Rager takes it. The defensive lineman hauling it in at the 37-yard line. So good field position for McNabb and the Eagles right after this.
Hey there, Horners. Tony Reale here, floating an invitation your way to go around the horn weekdays right here on NASN, Europe's leading channel for North American sports. Feast your eyes on my band, the Merry Journalists, who contemplate, manipulate, debate the latest sports news from around the world. So, if you're a sports nutter, a novice, or just sleepless in Slough, you're sure to enjoy the banter. Don't miss Around the Horn right here on NASN. Horn!
Cheerio!
You know the guy on your left, the man on your right is Kevin Cobb, and Susie referred to Cobb when they came out of the locker room. He was the first draft pick for the Eagles this year in the second round, number 36 overall, a four-year starter at Houston, where he put up great numbers as the best offensive player in Conference USA last year. But his draft day selection sent a signal that Philly's looking toward a new quarterback in the future. The quarterback in the present can't find anybody to hang on. Hot shot through the hands of Reggie Brown, incomplete. Hey, Jaws, you were here when this was your city as the quarterback and your team, and they drafted the next guy in Randall Cunningham.
Oh, yeah, Mike, I thought I was the man. All of a sudden, lo and behold, 1985, the Eagles draft Randall Cunningham. I quickly realized my leash got shorter and my football mentality as a quarterback in Philadelphia was getting near the end. That
Were
it was
you
going to be
stunned
time.
when they did it?
Yes, I was shocked.
Angry?
No, I wasn't angry, but I was really surprised. I thought we had a good backup in Joe Pisarcik at the time, and I thought we were solid in position, but obviously management felt different. I really felt the pressure. It was only a matter of time. The leash got shorter, and every mistake I made was magnified.
McNabb is running. There's not a person open, and Donovan on that surgically repaired knee hobbles for the first down, and the fans react at the 47-yard line. First down of this third quarter for Philadelphia.
They cheered him. What did he tell us the other day? And I quote, if I get out of the pocket and run, maybe I'll get a standing ovation.
Well, he got a cheer, and he does a nice job. This is like the old, healthy Donovan McNabb. And, did you notice
well, that's
when he got
what
to
they
that
want to
sideline?
see.
You saw the limp when he got to the sideline.
Which I said hobbles.
Please, this guy is not 100% healthy, and it's going to be at least another year before he's 100% healthy. But no free pass in this town.
As if Eagle fans aren't having a tough enough night watching. You saw the Phillies score go by. It's 12-11. They've blown an 11-0 lead tonight. Westbrook.
I was
joking. The line, first down.
I was actually joking before I came up here when it was like 11-3
in the Phillies game.
I said they better not put that bullpen in, and I was actually joking in the back with some of the media guys.
Let's get to you for a second. Anybody ever drafted where you said, "Woo, they're coming at me. This is the guy who's going to take my place," and if so, how'd you feel about it?
No, but once they drafted Kevin, the writing was on the wall. Because one thing you can't do, especially at the quarterback position, you can't play under pressure. And what I mean by that is, like, you can't aim your throws.
Look over your shoulder.
You can't look over your shoulder. Right. Once they do that, they add pressure to you.
I'll get back to that in a second.
McNabb, play pass, looking for somebody open. There, sitting in a vacant spot of the zone, was Hank Baskett.
Let me go back to this. Okay, McNabb is 30 years old. In 3 of the last 5 seasons, he was injured so specifically that he could not finish the season. Doesn't an organization have a responsibility to protect itself at that position?
Yes, no question. But I think, number one, they were shocked that people took Cobb so high, first and foremost. But the one thing, the media here is so powerful. They tell the fans what to think. They're like, this is our quarterback of the future. I'm like, we don't live in the future. We live in the present.
After gains of 11, 11, and 13, Westbrook pinballs his way for 5. Andre Carter off the defensive end makes a tackle. Good-looking drive here, late stages, third quarter.
Little spirit in the stands. You can hear that, right, George? You've heard him come back.
And it was an excellent play call by Andy Reid, the 13-yard pass play to Hank Baskett. The Eagles are an outstanding play-action team. 30% of their pass plays are out of play action. They had a comfortable cradle for Donovan to throw, and you saw the accurate throw, busting Hank Bask between the 8 and the 4. Give Donovan time, he can make those throws.
Just need a window of perspective. This is the 7th quarter of the season. I mean, you know, it's not the be-all, end-all, and they should have won the game last week. McNabb.
What does that mean, Mike?
Westbrook. I'll tell you in a second, Chuck. Got around Rocky McIntosh. First down, 15-yard line.
You know what I hate?
If they put
what I hate?
You're going to let me finish it?
No, because one of my favorite people is Bill Parcells. And he says, I hate when people say, we're better than our record. No, you're not. No.
Here's what I said. Did I say that? You're unbelievable.
No, what do you mean? They should have won last week.
If one of 2 guys could have caught a punt last week, they would have won.
If I didn't eat so much, I wouldn't be fat. What the hell does that mean?
I hate you and I love you.
No, I'm just as you. Like, I love when people say that. Well, we should have won that game. Oh, really? You didn't.
1st and 10 from the 14. Nobody open, just gets rid of it. Thomas DePay is the fullback out there.
I just wish, living in Philadelphia during the summer, that they treated, first of all, I say Andy Reid does not get the credit he deserves. The Eagles been perennial contenders, basically for the last 5 or 6 years. Have they won the Super Bowl? No. But with Donovan McNabb and Andy Reid, we are consistent winners. We're in the same category with the Colts, with the with the Patriots. Like, we have a legit shot every year, and that goes to Andy and Donovan, and I don't think they get the respect they deserve.
And it would all change if they won a Super Bowl. Just a yard and a half to Westbrook on the left side.
The difference in that is that you're not the same as the Patriots, because the Patriots have won 3 at this point.
And that's the point. In Philadelphia sports, the Eagles, it has now been 47 years, and they're the Flyers. And you go through the pro droughts that you are now looking at 24 years since the Sixers.
It's not that easy. First of all, I know firsthand. It's not that easy to win the championship. It's not that. But let me tell you something. They actually have a legit chance all these years. Most of these teams don't have a chance year in, year out.
Important play here, 3rd and 9. Curtis bottom of the screen. Brown at the top. Westbrook leaking out. Donovan has to go to him. Shy of the first down. The 3 receivers are out there. L.J. Smith, the tight end, Curtis, and Basket. And Jaws, I didn't see anybody open.
And again, people are going to say, why is he throwing a 3-yard pass when it's 3rd and 8? Well, he had Brian Westbrook singled up against Rocky McIntosh. You get the ball in his hands, you might be able to make a play. Look out there, nothing open right now. Donovan goes left, he goes right. You maybe had to pay, but he wouldn't have the first down. He checked it down to Westbrook. Good tackle by Rocky McIntosh.
David Akers, who uses Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in the offseason to prepare for the season from 26 yards.
He's a kicker, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
What Jiu-Jitsu gonna do?
I wish I could explain, but we have to go to break.
Tony will handle it.
4-point game.
Do you think you have what it takes to get to the top? To take the team all the way? Here's your chance to prove it. Out of the Park Baseball 2007 is one of the most realistic and flexible baseball management games ever. Create an online, fictional, or historical league. Set your lineups and pitching staff. Get rid of that broken-down veteran and take a risk on the rookie from your minor leagues. It's in your hands. Out of the Park Baseball 2007. Download a free trial from NASN.com.
Let's flash.
You know, I just got email.
If The Sopranos were to be televised again, you think Eric Mangini would be an honored guest on the program, knowing that guys don't like snitches?
You know, I never really watched The Sopranos, but I almost hurt myself I want to watch the last show. I thought my television went on the fritz. I jumped up real fast, and I pulled a hamstring.
You waited 9 years to watch the last one. If New England is America's team, shouldn't that allow them to spy on other NFL teams under the Patriot Act? You know the Patriot Act.
Hey, I'm not saying anything against my man Bill Belichick.
The Patriot Act affects everybody in the country. You want to be a governor, you better know the Patriot Act.
Well, that's selective prosecution, the Patriot Act.
First down, Campbell to Liddell Betts out of the backfield with a ton of room to run. Betts to the 35-yard line, gain of 28, and that's why you have the two-back system. Fresh legs, Betts with a big game.
Excellent job by Jason Campbell setting us up. You play a game with the defense. You drop back, they think you're going downfield. You set, you reset, you draw the rush, and you dump it out in the flat. Liddell Betts is wide open in the flat with one blocker in front of him, Pete Kendall. He gets the block. Sean Constantine whiffs on the tackle. Liddell Betts keeps running down the field.
We could sure use him at Auburn, Jason Campbell.
You had him. You went undefeated with him. You want to bring him back?
Well, you never know.
The team was 13-0. Won the Sugar Bowl against Virginia Tech as Portis runs to the right side to the 32. Chuck, we'll see you on TNT during the basketball season.
Listen, you guys keep up the great work. Thank y'all for having me. I love watching you guys. Keep having fun.
We've only been on for 4 games.
We'll see you next week in New Orleans then, right? You're in?
Yeah. We play golf on Sunday. You want to join us for a round of golf?
I'm retired from golf. I hate the game.
We love Charles. Charles Barkley with us. Off we go to the fourth quarter from Philadelphia. Redskins by 4.
My very first NASCAR race, I'm super excited. Just look me in the eye. This is do or die. Will not say enough till you say enough. There is no giving in. There is no giving up. In love, we're in love. NASCAR, how bad have you got it?
I was an offensive lineman for 4 years. I no longer wear pads, but I still carry a lot of weight on my shoulders.
There are over 380,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of them will be going pro in something other than sports.
Redskins 1 quarter away from joining New England, Pittsburgh, Houston, Indianapolis, Denver, Dallas, Detroit, Green Bay, and San Francisco. 9 other teams that have opened 2-0 in this NFL season.
You know, the great line by our colleague Steve Hurd of Elias. He looked at the standings. He said the Packers are 2-0, 49ers are 2-0, Cowboys are 2-0, and OJ's in jail. We're back to the mid-90s.
Oh, boy.
And with that, the fourth quarter begins. Redskins driving, second down from the 32-yard line. Betts, good penetration to get the initial stop. Omar Gaither, the middle linebacker, who was forced to start the weak side linebacker spot last year, making his 7th NFL start here tonight. And Liddell Betts in the last meeting against the Eagles. Remember, Betts replaced Clinton Portis. We had the hand injury and was lost for the rest of the season. He had a huge game, a career best game. Tonight, not so much. Thanks in large part to Gaither, who's brought him down a couple of times. Omar has 8 tackles for the Eagles this evening. From here, a field goal is about 51 yards, right at the edge of Sweezum's range. Pressure from Sheldon Brown off the corner. They go the other way. Cooley eludes one tackle, goes through the next one, and picks up the first down.
Excellent job by Jason Campbell. Mobility is not running for 20 yards. It's moving in the pocket, avoiding the rush, buying a little time. Watch him drop back. Pressure comes at his right, moves his left, buys a little time, allows Chris Cooley to uncover. Excellent job by Jason Campbell and a good move by Chris Cooley.
You know, you talked about all these exotic blitzes. He's lost 2 starting linemen, and they haven't gotten to him, and he's played very well.
The Redskins have done a very nice job being prepared for the Eagles' blitzes.
Antoine Randall on the bench with cramps. The mostly invisible Brandon Lloyd is in the game at the top of the screen for the Redskins. And Campbell going that way toward Lloyd. Incomplete as it goes out of the back of the end zone.
You know, I spoke earlier about the one play where Jason Campbell threw the interception. He was a hair late and he stared down the receiver. But if you look at his body of work all day today, he's moving the eyes. He's manipulating the secondary, looks right, comes back to the middle, and then throws to the right. That'll move linebackers and safeties. Again, look at the eyes. He looks down the middle. Now he comes off the receiver to the right. Really good job. This is a young man, his eighth start in the NFL, starting to get it.
Second and 10. Quick hitter with Portis. Nothing. Gaither doing a good job tonight. Pressure with Mike Patterson to start that play off. And we'll have third down coming up.
Mike, if your middle linebacker is making plays in the running game, you thank the defensive tackles. Broderick Bunkley, Mike Patterson, Monte Redger, an outstanding job. They are holding up the offensive line of the Redskins on those double teams, allowing the linebacker, particularly the middle linebacker, to run.
I've mentioned Brandon Lloyd being mostly invisible. Norris didn't play at all against Miami. Big free agent money, 23 catches last year. He's been a free agent bust to this point. Campbell, scramble. Throws on the run. Great sense to Todd Yoder. The second tight end takes it to the 6. First and goal, Redskins. Yoder only had one catch all of last year.
Once again, Jason Campbell extending the play.
And Brian Dawkins shaken up on the play.
Not good for the Eagles. You'll see right here, you'll see the pressure come from Javon Curse. Jason Campbell rolls out. This extending a play, allow your receivers to uncover. Todd Yoder does a terrific job of seeing his quarterback in trouble and finds the opening.
Yoder has only had one catch in the last 2 years. He was on injured reserve with Jacksonville last year. Hits Dawkins, who's shaken up. Timeout.
In 2006, the Chicago Bears returned to the top of the NFC for the first time in 21 years. Fans in Chicago heard echoes of the monsters of the Midway from years past. The Bears steamrolled their way to Super Bowl 41 on the shoulders of a powerful running game and the stingiest defense in the NFC.
Bear fans, your dream is reality. Begin the migration to Miami.
For Wilson NFL and GST footballs and much more, visit NASN.com, your home for North American sports merchandise.
NASN brings you the best in North American sports this October. Baseball's postseason starts to take shape as the top teams battle it out for a shot at the World Series.
Here's the home run from Alex Rodriguez.
Ice hockey returns to NASN as a brand new season begins, and it's all to play for in the NHL. And hard-hitting NFL action is back on NASN. Some of your highlights this October on NASN.
IBM, what makes you special? Capital One's new no-hassle cash rewards, what's in your wallet? And the new NFL.com. Visit the Game Center after tonight's game for video highlights, photos, and more.
Some of the images of this Monday night, September 17, 07 here in Philadelphia. Brian Dawkins did get up, walked off with the assistance of two trainers directly to the locker room. First and goal, the Redskins at the 6. Portis left side, got a block, ran through a tackle, ran to the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Backbreaker.
An incredible burst by Clinton Portis. Real patience to the hole, and you see the speed and quickness through the hole.
And through Trent Cole's arms.
This is beautiful right here. Once again, Sellers with the block, an outstanding lead blocker.
This would be an enormous win for Washington. I mean, they get drilled in Philadelphia. They've lost 9 of the last 11 games to Philadelphia, and 2 of the last 3 years up here by more than 25 points. to go on the road, beat a division team, huge win for Washington. It really would be.
12 minutes and 2 seconds to go, Tony.
Sweezum adds the extra point. 8 plays, 63 yards, and a couple big third down conversions by Jason Campbell. Portis makes it